Out. Here we go. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. So, want to talk to you real quickly, give you guys some updates, and before any updates, and then after updates, we are getting right into launching your business, and this is incredibly important. It cannot be discounted in any way, shape, or form. I really wanted to take the time, let you guys see my face, have it on a more friendly platform because sometimes I know Discord acts up when you raise your hand and you're talking, and that it takes the stuff off a speaker or disconnects you from your earpieces and da 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 da. And I didn't want people to miss, the importance of what it is that we're saying. But before we get into that, let's get into updates. The issue with iPhones connected via Trust Wallet, we found it. We found it with the help of Morales and also the Wallet Connect team. It wasn't an issue in our code that's currently being solved, but that should be solved by tomorrow as well. There are just a couple of little tweaks that are going to happen. So in the new earnings history view, you don't see the level that people were paid out on. That's going to be added in, so that should be coming in very, very soon as well. And actually, while I'm talking, D, if you could just admit people, because I want to kind of I want to go through all the notes. We are currently working on the caching issue. So this is where, sub accounts and referrals aren't always displaying right. Well, referrals aren't showing at all. Well, total downline isn't showing at all. But sub account and referrals on a Mac, until we get it solved, it is a cache issue. Open Apple R, that's Command R. If you are on a PC, it will be Control R to Control Shift R or Command Shift R on the website. That causes a hard refresh and it causes everything to recache. And so if you buy something and you do not see your positions reflected, just do a hard refresh and it will be reflected. This is just a lot of housekeeping stuff that I want to go over. For anyone that has issues specifically with failed transactions for any reason, for they sent us funds directly or they left, or something goes wrong, we have a secondary API that's actually in testing right now that will go ahead and hit the BSC scan and will literally look at the person's wallet. There's no echo over here. There is no echo over here. D, no echo, right?
No echo.
Okay. So I'm sorry, Ray, but whatever you're encountering, that is a personal issue right there. What is going to happen, just so you understand, is when people go ahead and they make a purchase, if for any reason there is a secondary, the purchase fails, but they have sent funds, there will be a secondary check that happens through the blockchain outside of everything else to go ahead and match that order to the transaction hash. Hopefully that should be a very, very small minority of people that are having that issue. But we are going to make sure that we have a solution for them so it does not impede your growth. A lot of people have asked questions about the message that they get from their wallet where it says Morales authentication or something along the lines. Along those lines, that is fine. That's normal. That's you authenticating that we could read your wallet address. Before, we did not ask that permission. So when you connected to the site, you no longer needed to do that. But instead of just assuming that it was okay all the time to read your wallet address and your transaction history, we are asking permission for that every single time that you log in, which is the right way to do things, guys. And so, but there will be a custom message coming up that says Kingkongmatrix authentication instead of Morales. That should be uploaded by the end of this week. That's a very, very small update, but a big one. I'm currently waiting on something from the team to see if there is a way for us to go ahead and mass email people when the crypto alerts come out. This way it can hit your email address so people do not miss out on the crypto alerts just because they are not logged into the office or part of the Discord community. I will have an update on that probably tomorrow. Let's see what else. After all those things are taken care of, let me tell you what is coming down the pike. Actually, I got to follow up and see what's going on today with our marketing funnel. I've been super swamped today, guys, but I am going to follow up on that. In connection with that, there is a complete CRM in the back office that then will go ahead and email your people for you, and we're going to have some training on that. There is a knowledge base that we are working on starting this week. So I think it'll be support.kingkongmatrix.com that will allow people to go ahead and see videos on things like how to go ahead and add the BSC network, how to do this, how to do that, how to request commissions, how to locate the crypto alerts, all this other stuff. So we are creating a knowledge base outside of our platform. This way I don't need to rely on them. But you know, it'll be a subdomain, and that should make things a lot smoother for when people have questions. They could go ahead and get to that. We are also looking at renaming learning to crypto alerts. Once again, all these are real small changes. Like nothing that I've said other than the secondary API is a big change. But we're looking at changing that to crypto alerts and putting you right into the dashboard, so your people shouldn't have any questions about where to go ahead and find that. And then last but not least, I should be getting the video from the team tomorrow on how to go ahead and add people into the company rotator. For those of you who were our legendary and mythic Kongs, you should be added there hopefully by the end of this week. But you know, I need to get the video on the how to do that tomorrow before we go ahead and do that. So those are that's a long laundry list that I just went through, but I wanted to go through it and go through it quickly so that we can get to the important part. And the important part is building. So let's talk about building, launching your business, and everything, because I think that a lot of people have missed the mark, and this is going to be more of a training. We will open up for questions, but this will be more of a training. The most powerful connections that you guys have do not reside in your social media. They do not reside, so not Twitter, Instagram, Discord, Telegram, TikTok. Those are great. The most powerful connections you have are located right here. And I have this background on, so you know sometimes you can't see it, but they're located in your phone. And usually, you know, for career networkers, the problem with the phone is that we typically call it our chicken list. Okay, it is the list of people that we are scared to contact. It's our chicken list. Okay. And the reason why I am talking about this is because usually, right, we have either hit up our chicken list so much, or they are so close to us that we are scared of their rejection that we just pass them by, and it's easier for us to deal with, you know, individuals that we don't know. And I'm going to tell you the biggest fallacy that there is by doing that. It's crazy that you want those same people to celebrate your wealth or your success, right? But usually their involvement is what will get you there. And you know, I'm taking the time really, and we'll go as long as necessary on this one, guys. So it is going to be extended, so you know, buckle in. Usually it's because, you know, if they're friends, if they're family, we're scared what it might do to our relationship with them. Usually, you know, we have if they're business associates, we have pitched them so much on so many things over the years that that we are scared that they will tell us no, right? People always tell me, that they're scared of hitting up their friends and this, that, and the third, and I get that. But what I want to go ahead and tell you is every career networker that I know is part of the NFL, right? We say no friends left. That's what NFL stands for in MLM. No friends left. We done contacted all of our friends already for something in our history, but the difference of King Kong, and this is a very poignant fact. It's really, really important, guys, is that because we're not asking a ton of money, because we're not asking them to rebuild every month, because, and you guys have seen the results already in the first 5 alerts. You guys have already seen the results of what these crypto alerts could do. I need to ask a rhetorical question, and I really want you guys to sit and think about this. If you were walking through the forest, the woods, the jungle, the beach, whatever, the Arctic. I don't know where you guys live, but wherever the wilderness is for you, where you live, if you were walking through there and you happen to stumble upon a humongous pot of gold, I mean humongous, just gold coin upon gold coin upon gold coin, you can't sit there and really carry it yourself. It's too heavy. Who are you going to contact? Are you going to contact the people on your social media, or are you going to contact the people on your phone? And I really want you to think about this, okay? Because the alerts that we called, we called out Ethereum. It did about 5% in the day. We called out Gala. Gala did 10% in a day and a half. We called out Phoenix. Phoenix did 33% in 3 days. We called out Vapor. Vapor did 18% in like 3 days. And the reason why I'm asking you about this pot of gold is because it is not a fictional pot. We just outperformed, and I really want you to hear this. In the last week, we have outperformed the entire stock market for this year. Let that one rest for a second. In the last week, we have outperformed the stock market for the year. And when that begins to settle in, now you need to ask yourself, why would you not? I would personally be pissed, and I'm letting you guys know this. In Trinidad, they tell me all the time, real talk bad matters. So if I say something and you don't like the way that I say it, please understand my heart is not to offend, but my heart is to go ahead and have you understand what's in front of you. Okay? Literally, if you were my friend and you had my number and you did not call me when you found a way to make a lot of money easily, I would be upset if I found out about it. Just like, when Bitcoin was early on and people were like, it's going to be the next big thing and da. There are people in my circle right now that are a slight bit strange to me because they knew about Bitcoin when it was $1 and $2 a coin. And they didn't think to call me up and let me know, David, I think you might want to take a look at this and understand what could be happening to currency, because that would have changed the way that I operated, especially at that early age, right? And so now, I have talked with them several times. I've been disappointed with them several times, but I need to let them know, listen, if you have an opportunity, what I don't want you to do is just mass message me on social media like you do to get people in your opportunity. If it is worthwhile and you are going all in, I want you to pick up the phone and call me. Just like if you see something that I post online that is going out to thousands of people and you have my personal number and you think that I am taking subliminal shots at you. By the way, I don't do subliminals. I do very direct. So, but if you think that, if you feel that, I do not publicly shame people or attack people. I publicly apologize. I'll privately address my issues with you. That's just the way that I am. But there's a certain method of operation or an MO that we call it modus operandi, right? The mode of operation that people need to follow. And for a lot of you, you have not followed the protocol. You have not followed the way that we are working. You have not followed everything. Okay? And so we put out a challenge, and this is a challenge. Everyone, and I do mean everyone, unless you do not have a cell phone, which would make you like the 0.001% of the world. If you do not have a cell phone, I understand and all is forgiven. This does not apply to you. But if you don't, rather, but if you do have a cell phone, then this applies to you. All of you, I am sure, have 20 people in your contact list right now that do not know enough about crypto, but have heard enough about crypto that they're curious. I'm 100% sure of that. I am 100% sure of that. And so let me show you what happens when we launch. There's a great book. There are a few great books, I've gotten from a lot of people that they're like, well, I'm not a great recruiter. There's some great books that can help you with that, right? How to Win Friends and Influence People. If you have not read that book, please read it. I think it's free on Amazon Prime. If you have Amazon Prime, you can download it to the Kindle app and read it for free. You could also go ahead and just listen to it on Audible, I believe, for free as well. Then there is another great book by Gary Vaynerchuk called Jab, 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 Right Hook. Okay, and I think it's a great book to read. However, I'm going to summarize what the point of the book is. The jabs are value. Okay, the jabs are value, and the jabs so instead of me trying to knock you out and get you to make a purchasing decision on day number one, I give you value, give you value, give you value, give you value, and the knockout punch is when you sign up. Okay, so that's how come the approach. If you read what was put into, when you read what we put into the announcement, we were very, very straightforward. We said, and I'm going to the announcements, right? If you have your own Zoom, great. I talked with Wesley today, and he said, we might want a corporate link, and so that's fine. We're working on that right now, and I'll give access to the people to the leaders here, not a problem. But the big thing is if you could get 20 guests on the call, which you should be able to, right? We will go through setting up your MetaMask, funding your wallet, making a purchase, do a back office walkthrough, and marketing your business. And really, the main thing about marketing your business, it's jab, 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 right hook, 3 jabs. The main thing with marketing your business is don't be scared to call your list. Don't be scared. Because here's what I know. I see some career networkers on here. I know myself for sure. I know Professor for sure. I know Wesley for sure. I think I saw Ed Terranova for sure. I know I saw Lizette. I know, she's been in the network marketing space for a while as well. I think Dan Allen, absolutely. I think Darren Fryer, absolutely. I think Blake Litton and Michelle Telefina, and we have career networkers here in our group. And some of these networkers, myself included, have sold products $3,000, $5,000, $50,000 packages, guys. To have someone of our caliber show up for your team, to get them to buy a $20, $16.75 buy-in becomes a no-brainer. People aren't going to tell us no. Now, let's begin to talk about some of the things that you should be prepared for. Now, the reason why you want to work with your personal list, the people you know, is because that changes how you could operate with them. I would never, ever, and I want you to hear this, I would never, ever just randomly accept money from PayPal or Venmo or, Cash App from people that I don't know, because if they decide to reverse a transaction, right, I'm left holding the bag, personally. But if you have 20 people on a call, $16.75 by 20 people works out to, what's that, like $330? Just tell them, like, listen, we'll go over how to buy, we'll go over how to get the crypto, but what would be incredibly helpful is, listen, guys, we want you to get in. You could Cash App me the money and we'll create a coupon. And if I need to work with leadership to get that done, then I work with leadership to get that done. Or you just have USDC chilling in your wallet and you start forwarding USDC and a little bit of BNB to people in order to get them to move quickly. The only difference between a program that is run on crypto versus a program that isn't, okay, is that literally the program that isn't does not require as much legwork for them to actually go through the payment process. Now, it does require legwork, especially if you're international. And the reason why I know that to be true is because I built teams, large teams internationally. And what we always have happening is that you will see one person inside of the entire group be the one who is literally putting all the subscriptions on their one credit card. This happens in the Caribbean, this happens in Asia, this happens in Africa. I've seen it in all three regions. And so, people will go ahead and will undertake that risk in order to get people in, but it's still a hurdle to overcome. So the process in which we can make people move faster is to have the funds ready and on hand in order to make sure that they are able to move quickly so that they do not lose out. So, right now we have 45 people on this call. And the first thing to you launching your business is to set a date. We're going to do this live right now. I want you to type the date in the chat that you actually want to hold your launch party with 20 people on. Type it in. This is where the rubber meets the road. If you're not willing to, I get that. Take the crypto calls. This probably isn't the call for you to be on because we are trying to move you into action so you do not become you do not become the hurdle to your own success. 86, Lita, we'll get you locked in. Lita, 86, okay? Andrew, 89. Forty-two people, only 2 answers. Come on, guys.
Sorry, another leader called. I missed the question.
I said, when are you holding your launch party? Okay. We already hosted. We were ready to host a call on 8/2. Okay, cool. 8-2. Tomorrow, not a problem. Ashley, I'm sure you know, if Professor don't got you, you know I got you.
Yeah,
Professor, I
me and
got you.
Tawana been holding Ashley down. Let's see. I'll tell you right now. Let's see. Ashley's had one. Andrew's been in contact. Jennifer, I don't know where she's at. She's been and so Ashley, Tawana's been super, super busy. So let me know ahead of time if you need assistance. She's been
Okay,
busy.
Wesley, 8-5, I got you.
Wesley,
I got you.
Okay.
Okay. While you guys are typing, I'm going to tell you the one thing that we don't. Yeah, how to win friends and influence people. How to win friends and influence people was book number 1. Michelle Adams, 821, 821. Ooh, that's far away, Michelle. We could compress that time a little bit. Okay. Tomorrow, Miami.
Yeah. Our stuff is in person tomorrow too. I think we can live stream it as well.
Okay. We're going through, guys. We're going through. And this is what I want you to understand. If you are running an event and I am not on it, after you get them signed up, the thing that I am doing right now is what you need to do. You need to get people to commit to their launch call. You need to. If you take care, if you take care in making sure that people are committed. And by the way, to this point, we only have 8 people that said 9 people. I'm not counting Professor out of nearly 46. So I'm going to help you, right? Lady T, 816, okay, right? 816. But as we begin to actually do the work, the people who are putting in the work will undoubtedly make the most money. Short term, long term, midterm, people that put in the work make the most money. And the reason why I'm highlighting that, guys, is isn't me trying to beat you over the head. If you're coming in and you're like, listen, we're waiting for the funnel, we're waiting for the marketing, we're waiting for this, we're waiting for that. I get it. I had a long talk with Professor today, and I told her part of the reason that we need to go ahead and get the funnel built is because we don't want to send a whole bunch of traffic and lose more than half the people that would be interested because we don't have an effective way to nurture the prospect in order to get them to make a buying decision, right? So there's certain steps that go in order. First is, okay, you build the funnel or you build the process. Second is you funnel the people in. But you don't start funneling people in, especially cold market, until you built the way. So the moment they sign up, and this is so in that interim, right? Ann Carter, 8:30, okay. And I'm writing down, guys. So
writing all this down, bro. I'm writing it down too.
Yeah, look. Right. I always have notepad and paper. Whenever I'm at my desk, I always have notepad and paper. That's just me, right? So what I need you to understand is that watch how this works. And I know for a fact, people aren't telling me no for 1675. I know for a fact people aren't telling Wesley no or Professor no or Ed no. They're just not going to do it. Okay. And I'm seeing some other people on here. If I don't know your caliber, if I don't know your acumen, I know people aren't telling Ashley no for 1675 either. But here's watch the magic that happens. Okay. You bring on 20 people that sign up tomorrow, and I want you to go ahead and do this math with me. Okay. 20 people. About 25% of the people that say yes. And my expectation is this: if I'm having a really bad day, like the worst day of my life in presenting, I might close half the room, right? Like that's a worst day for this price point ever. But at least a quarter of those people are going to move into immediate action. And if I was in person, if you guys have ever seen me work this in person, the first time I did this, I was actually in Barbados, and people were like, well, you know, back with a company called Wake Up Now, they're like, how do we build? How do we? And I said, take out your phones. And literally what we did is we started texting people live in the event saying, I'm holding an event. Oh, why did my speaker change? Let me get that back. I'm sorry, guys. I'm holding an event that I want you guys to come to. I am going to be showing you how to make money, save money, da 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 da. Can I confirm that you will be there tomorrow for me? Like it could be that simple. Can I confirm that you will show up for me tomorrow? Yes, no. And we would just work their list until they got the number of yeses that they needed. So with this, and I'm going to type it out right now. I'm going to type out the text message that you can send to everybody in order to get your 20. Okay, here we go. I'm going to type it out and you're going to see how simple it is. I'm holding an event on Boom to show you how to set up a wallet to take advantage of the wealth transfer happening in the crypto market. Can I count on you to be there? That's it. I want you to see how simple that message is. So for those of you that are like, I need a week, I need 2 weeks, I need 3 weeks, I guarantee you that you go ahead, you copy this message right here, and you just start text messaging people. If you still have a 9 to 5, I never get down on people with 9 to 5s, by the way. So, you know, I'm not saying anything negative about that. That's not my style, never has been. But if you have a 9 to 5, because all you're doing is copying and pasting and going through your contact list, I guarantee you could do 100 people on your lunch break, 100 text messages on your lunch break. Just paste, send, paste, send, paste, send. That fast. And then throughout the day, you're going to get messages, and I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. I'm prepping you for what you're going to receive. People are going to try to hit you up, call you up, text message you. What's going on? What's going on? Can you get me the information now? Now I do hear an echo. Well, so confirm it. Ooh, why do I have an echo?
I found it, bro. You were on Discord still. I kicked you out.
Let me change my output real
David,
quick, because this is
David, can you hear me?
Test speaker, and we should just put here. There we go. Okay. So yes. Well, 1 second, Lady T. I'm listening to you. I will get to your questions. Oh, Professor's talking. No, she's not. I don't see her lips moving.
Can you hear me?
Yes, he was saying that you were in Discord echoing.
Say that one more time.
You were in Discord echoing, so she had kicked you out.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was in Discord. Okay, that makes sense. Thank you. Thank you for kicking me out. I appreciate that. So you know what people are going to try to do, because they have a need to feel special, they will start calling you and texting you, try to get the information from you beforehand.
Yes.
Okay. And so all I need you to do is be very, very firm and say, the meeting is on this at this time, and I'm going to walk you through certain things required, and this is how you combat that. I'm going to go ahead and give you another script. Some of the things I need to cover need to be seen and instead of heard. Instead of heard. The meeting is on. Boom. At boom. Can I count on you to be on? That's how you overcome that. I hope you guys are copying these scripts. These are really powerful. One of the things that I am really good at, I think I might be one of the best ones in all of network marketing when it comes to it, is creating scripts that work. I can tell you, in every single company that I've been in, I've done this same process and I've tailored it for the company, and literally everyone that has copied it and used it, guess what? All of a sudden people are interested. I can't make it up, guys. It's really that simple. And you just get so used to copying and pasting, copying and pasting, copying and pasting. This network marketing thing is so simple, right? We use the acronym BASE, borrow and steal everything. Borrow and steal everything. So I'm giving you guys scripts that I know are going to work because I've used scripts like this all the time, and they work like gangbusters. BASE, B-A-S-E. Okay. So what I need everyone to do is, one, set the date. If you're working with Professor, if you need me on, cool, right? I'm letting you know right now, generally speaking, I am available Monday through Friday, generally speaking, starting at noon Eastern to about 5, 6 Eastern, well, probably 5 Eastern. And then if I have enough heads up, I can make time after the 7 p.m. call. I don't have a problem doing that, but because I get up incredibly early, I'm up between 5:30 and 6. I wake up and I immediately go for a walk to do my personal development. I do that every single morning. Today, the walk turned into an hour and a half because I find myself on a bike trail that didn't have an exit for an extra mile and a half that I didn't know about. So I ended up walking, 5 instead of 3 today. But and then I go to the gym, then I come back, I eat my first meal, that's usually lunch, and then I go to work. So that's my schedule. I'm letting you know my schedule. So if it's between 12 and 5, I can show up. I'm letting you know that right now. I just need to know in at least 24 hours in advance in order to make it happen. If it needs to be late night, typically 48 hours, just because that means I might need to take a nap in the middle of the day to not look like a zombie at night, because I just understand what my schedule is. But watch a magic that happens. You got 20 people on. You got 20 people on. Of the 20 people, and I'm writing down these numbers, you should write them down too, okay? 3 to 5 will take action almost immediately, okay? Immediate action, okay? Anywhere from 6 to 10 of them are going to have delayed action. The rest will do nothing. I'm letting you know that right now. The rest will do nothing. Okay? But watch what happens with those 3 to 5. When we talk about the Kong protocol, your goal, and if you go into your phone and you see how many contacts you have, it might even scare you, because I did this once and I needed to get all my contacts transferred over. And I know I'm not the normal person. I had over 50,000 people in my phone, guys. And that was maybe 7, 8 years ago. So I know I'm not the normal person, because usually they expect to have a few hundred people. And when I switched over from Android to iPhone, that's when I found out how many contacts I actually had in my phone. And they were like, yeah, you're definitely the one that has the most contacts that we've ever seen. And I said, what's the average? They said 300 to 500. Here's the crazy thing. If you keep on running events consistently to make sure that you get the 10 people who are taking immediate action, every single person that signs up for 1675, you're making just shy of $4 on the unit level. So you get 20 people, on, we close the entire room, you just made $80 that day. I'm not saying that's great money, but in some states, you have people making less than that for a full day's work. You made it in under an hour. And then what begins to happen is you have 3 to 5 people that take immediate action, right? So your personal one should make you $80 to $100 very, very quickly every single time that you run a personal one from people closing. Then because of our unit level, on level 2, you make about half of that. So if you get 5 people that sit there and schedule a call for tomorrow, they're like, yeah, I'm getting on this right now. I'm texting people right now, can we do a call tomorrow? And I'm on, Professor's on, you're on, you're like, absolutely, we can make it work. Boom, all of a sudden you have 3 to 5 people. And now every single call that they're doing, you're making about $40 from us closing them. Right? And then you begin to develop your own voice and you begin to see how we run these calls so that you could begin to duplicate. And the crazy thing is that we're not selling a lot. We're not. I'm like, literally, I'm going to start the call and I'm going to be like, listen, we do run a crypto platform. We do give crypto alerts. We had a whole bunch of success, right? But let's start with getting your wallet set up. Boom. Right? So let's download MetaMask right now. Okay? This is your wallet address. This is how you copy your wallet address. Now we need to talk about how you're going to get funds in there. And then we go through the process of how you get funds in there. And obviously, if you're in a third world country or a developing nation, anywhere but not the US, I shouldn't even say third world. If you are outside of the US, it would be helpful for us to know before we get on the call so we understand how people need to go through the process to fund their wallets. It would also be incredibly helpful if you turn around and if you have 20 people, for every person you have, if you have $20 worth of crypto in USDC chilling in your wallet, it becomes very, very simple. Because then instead of you saying, well, this is what you need to do, and yeah, we'll walk through the KYC process and all that other stuff and how people get crypto in, but we're going to be like, right now, like if I was doing this with Professor, I'd say, Professor and I talked, we knew we were having 20 people on here. And so, to make sure that you have a little bit of crypto to take advantage of some of the things that we're looking at, she has $20 set aside for you right now. All you need to do is cash app her so she can go ahead and send you the $20. And so we start fast forwarding. So we start compressing time, right? So now watch this. I said jab, 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 right hook, right? Jab, 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 right hook. Jab 1, we set up their MetaMask. Jab 2, we made it painless for them to fund. Jab 3, jab 3 becomes, listen, this is one of the calls that we got just this past month, and pull up a chart. So if I was pulling up a chart, I'd pull up this one here. I'm going to show you what I would pull up. I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to say, listen, we called this coin Phoenix, all right? And this is exactly, guys, I'm showing you my exact walkthrough on what I would do. Oh, let me get to Phoenix CRO, okay? Here we go. We called Phoenix CRO down here just shy of $3, okay? 3 days later, it went all the way up. Just shy of 3 cents. 3 days later, it went up to 5.6 cents. Okay, so let's talk about what that would have meant for you. Okay, so we called it, let's say right about here, and we went up here. And this is exactly what I would do on your call. Okay, you would have made 80% on your money if you got out at the top. So if you would have put $1,000 in this coin and you would have sold at the top, you would have been set on $1,800. Now, I hope you guys see how I'm setting this up. I hope you guys see how I'm setting this up. Right? And then you say, so now, let's stop the share. Let's stop the share, right? So now what do? You say, what's crazy is I get 5 alerts like this every single month, and it only costs me $16.75. I can't physically call you every time there's an alert like this. But if you want to get in right now for $16.75, there's a business plan attached to it. Yes, you can make money by sharing it, and I'm going to help you make money if you're willing to share. But do you want to get in and get these alerts so that you don't miss out on the next call like this? Yep, cool. Let's sign you up. That's how you deal with it. We don't need to worry about pips on the downside right now. Every single coin we called has hit a take profit. Every last one of them. We have 0 losses. 0. Like I'm not trying to be dismissive in saying that, but a lot of times, Professor, you're on mute, so.
Oh no, I'm just laughing. They don't want to hear what I'm saying. I'm like 0 losses. Yeah.
Right, but 5 calls, 0 losses. That was the month of July. Right? And I'm going to let you know what they're going to be like. Well, can I still get in this coin now? And And you can tell them, listen, it might still be a good entry, but the best entry was when it was called. Right? How about you get in so you don't miss the ones that are coming out in August? Right? Actually, that was a real good script. That was a real good script. Let me
say, that's a good sales script right there.
You might be able to take the trade, but the best time to get in was when it was called. Why don't you lock in so you don't miss the entry for the August calls? That's how you build. That the moment they lock in, you say, great. I didn't even talk to you about the compensation plan. You can learn that later. And this is exactly how straightforward I would be. I didn't even talk about the compensation plan. You can learn that later. I know that you know at least. I know that you know at least 20 people that could use my help to set up their crypto wallet just like we did for you. When can we run that call? And you get them to commit that day to go ahead and build. We don't need to be pushy. I've never been one that responded well to pushy behavior. We're lowering all hands right now, guys, because we're not ready for questions right now. Okay, we don't need to respond to pushy behavior. I've never responded well to pushy behavior, so we don't need to be pushy. Do we need to go ahead and put in front of people what it is that they are missing out on? Absolutely. To put this in perspective, right? If someone would have taken, and this is crazy, if someone would have taken $20 on each of the calls that were put out, right? $20 on each of the calls that were put out in July and got in an entry, they would have made more than the $16.75 in profit that it would have cost them to get in. $20. They would have been $100 in, guys, and they would have been close to about $150 total. So they would have made $50 profit. Their business is 100% profitable. And the reason why, we need to highlight that is because a lot of times people ask, well, what if this happens or what if that happens? Well, we take measured risk. We are not gamblers. We take measured risk in how we approach things. Every coin that I gave you had a stop loss, right? If it was traded on KuCoin, it had a stop loss. If we're staking the coin, that's a long-term thing. If it's an NFT with a passive income play, and I'm working with them to make sure that, say they have a company in St. Vincent that owns a part of their company, so they don't need to register with the SEC to go ahead and do those reflections to you guys easily. But as we begin to understand what we're putting in front of people, right? There's no reason that we wouldn't want to go ahead and help them. Now, what's crazy is you sit there and people are like, well, I don't know. I don't know. You're going to get people like this. I don't know if I can tell people about this and da, 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 da. And you say, listen, if you got 20 people on the call, we will close them for you. We will close them for you, and we'll get them set up. We'll get them set up so they're able to take these crypto trades. And that means that you're going to make about $4 a head. So if we close the whole room, you just spent $16.75 today, you're letting me work for you to make you money. You're letting me work for you for free, by the way. You're letting me work for you for free to make you money. How is that not worth $16.75? That's another script, right? You are letting me work for you for free to make you money. How is that not worth $16.75? $16.75 and opening your mouth. And I'm going to put that. How's it not? This is the line, right? Everyone likes to think about how they could take a shortcut or a cheat code, and I get it, right? I sat there and I still remember Contra on the 8-bit, on the 8-bit Nintendo. Up, down, left, right, A, B, select, start, right? I still remember the cheat code, so I had unlimited lives and unlimited weapons. I still remember it because everyone likes to take a cheat code. Everyone likes to skip the line. But what's crazy is by focusing on just trying to skip the line, you miss out on the growth that happens from you actually going through the process. There is not one rich person I know, and I'm going to say this and then we'll open up for questions. There is not one rich person that I know that has not gone through significant struggle in their life, has not seen business deals go bad, lost money, has not seen people try to cheat them, needed to deal with a whole bunch of legal stuff here, legal stuff there. I'll help you. The more money you make, the more lawyers you get, and the more expensive they are. Like, I'm going to let you know that right now. The more money you make, the more lawyers you get, the more expensive they are. The more CPAs you get, the more expensive they are. The more specialists you get, the more expensive they are. Right? But for every wealthy person I know, if they did not go through the struggle, they would not have developed the character to keep them wealthy. Oh my goodness. My last pastor, at this point, he said, I'm preaching better than you're responding. If you can't say amen, just say ouch. Right? But the struggle that they have gone through is what developed the character to keep them there. Here's the crazy part. I said this back in Wake Up Now, okay? And we're going now nearly a decade ago. I said, I have not seen a pedestal, not one, that talent can get you to that pride can't rip down. I have not found one, not one. And so literally our process of actually going through and talking and sharing it doesn't mean that we need to be pushy. That's how we grow this. So, right now I have Lita, Andrew, Ashley, Ainsworth, Wesley, Michelle, Big Papa, Lady T, and Carter. Does anyone else want to commit to their launch party? Because, we're getting the dates right now to help you make money. I'm not sure if you guys know, if you try to book out my time, I charge $1,000 an hour. I'm willing, I show up. I show up.
Get you to LA. When can we get you to LA? That's what we want to know.
Listen,
when can we get you back?
soon. Like if my kid's mother didn't catch COVID, I would have been free this week. But unfortunately, well, actually, it's not unfortunate. It's just part of being a dad. I have the kids an extra week. You're with Wesley, okay? Wesley, Camille, cool. So Wesley, Camille, you're doing a joint one. Let's have 40 people on there then. That doesn't lessen the work that you need to do. It just means that we're doing a joint. Right? So guys, we'll use Zoom. Let's use Zoom. All right, let's make it easy for everyone. If you need to use my Zoom, use my Zoom, not a problem. If you have your own Zoom, let's go ahead and do that. I know Professor has Zoom too. I know, if I talk to like Mrs. Satoshi, I'm calling her up probably tomorrow. She literally has a Zoom that holds, I believe, up to 1,000 people right now. So, like we go ahead and we make it do what it do. But if you're unwilling to commit, that's fine. Listen, I'm thankful that you bought into the vision, and I'm working regardless whether you work with me or not. I'm letting you know that right now. I'm working regardless. I'm going to make this work. I know Professor's doing the same. I know Wesley's doing the same. I know Ashley's doing the same. I know there are a lot of people. I'm just mentioning the ones that I see, all the time, putting in the work. That doesn't mean that you're not. Lady T, I know she's working. Lita, she was quick to go ahead and put stuff out there. Sherm, obviously, Tawana, But guys, literally, all you need to understand is if you are prepped, then let us help you take you from preparation into launch, right? But if you cannot take it upon yourself to commit to a date and commit to actually working towards that date, that's the first step. But I'm going to say this one thing, and then we'll open up for questions. The reason why most New Year resolutions fail isn't because people do not have Trey Robinson 8-7. Okay, guys, if you're giving me dates, we're going to coordinate. I'm seeing Ashley said tonight, but other than that, who said 8-3? I know Professor
8-3.
has that written down.
Yeah, I'll write them down. Wesley, what did Wesley just say? He said something.
See the vision and run.
Oh yeah. See, the key is to set the date and then do the work. Absolutely, set the date, do the work, and then
Set
we
the date.
also too want to book a meeting from a meeting. So we're meeting with 20 people. We should have 20 parties. We scheduling the next week as well too. That's the goal.
Exactly. But you know, the reason why New Year's resolutions fail, and I'll leave you with this. So, and let's coordinate your 8-3 meeting. Ashley, you're working with Professor. Tomorrow is Miami. If you guys need me to zoom in for that, let me know. And then Wesley is 8-5, followed by Lita on 8-6, and Troy Robinson on 8-7. I think that those are the ones for this week that we see right now. So for those of you that are there, we're going to coordinate through Discord, and we're going to do it right through the Gorilla Chat, because I need people to see what they aren't doing, right? And that's not a shot at anyone that hasn't raised their hand, but when they start seeing you make money, I don't want them asking themselves why I haven't died. All right, there is. Okay, but back to this last point. The reason why most New Year's resolutions fail is because people see that they need to make a change, and instead of committing to making that change and doing it quickly, they push it off to some arbitrary date. They push it off to some far off date, and in between the time that they realize, they go from unconsciously incompetent to consciously incompetent. Right? So they realize I need to make a change, right? That this isn't working, the way I'm living, whatever it is that I'm doing isn't working the way that I want to work it. That becomes the conscious incompetence. And then they set a date far in the future to become consciously competent. That's when they start working on changing the behavior that they are not pleased with. Well, here's the thing. If you're not pleased with it, then you wouldn't set it that far in the future. You will get started today. And so, we put out the challenge. I know some people don't like being put on the spot. I'm going to make a group chat. I'm going to make a channel inside of the Discord called Launch Parties. Okay? Gwen Davenport, 8-9, okay? I'm going to make a channel in Discord once I get off of this called Launch Parties, and it will be accessible to all. So if you want to run a launch party, we're going to go ahead and we're going to support you. The goal is, though, 20 new faces, at least 20 new faces. So don't allow yourself to put off, don't convince yourself to not do what is good for your future self. That's just my word of caution, because right now you have the help in front of you. But I will let you know, last point, and then we're talking with Carlington. Last point, I've told everyone that I am going to run this to 8 figures for me. I am going to do that for me. Now, when I do that, it's not a question of if, it's just when, and I decide to delete my social medias, you have missed your chance to work with me and to get that input and to ride the coattails of the success and to create your own success story. A lot of people, and this is a mistake that the poor make, they wait to see someone be successful and then try to duplicate it instead of being part of the process. All the people that helped build Google, all the people that helped build Facebook, all the people that helped build even MySpace and Apple and Microsoft and like Uber and all the Tesla, all those people that helped through the process are insanely wealthy right now. But if they waited for the success to happen before to lend their expertise, they would have been a thousandaire instead of a multi-millionaire. Let that one set in. Guys, let's go ahead and bring Carlington up to the stage.
Okay, David. So don't mean to put you on the spot. My group, we're planning to start a launch party. But we're waiting. Kanisha is waiting from something from you. Um, that's the reason we haven't gotten around to it as yet.
Not a problem. Yep, absolutely. I messed up on that. The Zoom last night went super long. And you know what? The go-getter, I am going to write her tonight. I'm literally the go-getter. I am writing her tonight.
Yeah.
Once I get off, once I create the Discord channel, here we go. Discord channel.
Then
And
Kanisha,
then
please.
email Kanisha. Yep, she and I we've been texting back and forth. Absolutely,
Yeah.
not a problem.
I have
you.
the Caribbean
Listen,
that I need to light on
you're
fire.
keeping me honest. I
Fire,
appreciate it.
David. So just waiting on that.
Not
Another
a
thing.
problem. Listen, I appreciate that because you're keeping me honest, man.
Yeah. And another thing. Have you heard about Jigsaw?
Jigsaw, it's not ringing a bell. If it's a crypto project,
cool.
it's a crypto
It's a
project.
crypto project. I'm just wondering if it's in your circle. If you have heard about it as yet.
Yep. Just have Kanisha email me the information because when I take a look at projects, I review their white paper. So you need to understand a lot of people bring projects in front of me, but if they don't have a white paper and all that other stuff, I don't want to see a marketing video. I don't want to see any of that because marketing videos could be incredibly good and the project be trash. We see that happen multiple times over. And so I review the white paper and then I start to figure out who's behind the project so I understand what we are getting into.
Okay, definitely. She has the information. Have her send the information over to you, okay?
Perfect, not a problem. I'm emailing her tonight 100%. Okay, Kim.
Yeah, David, sorry. I just have a quick question. I'm trying to buy Chronos on KuCoin, and it's telling me two different things. I can do the Ethereum ERC20, which is pretty expensive to transfer to my MetaMask, or I can do the KCC KuCoin Community Chain. Okay, so when you're moving to the Chronos chain, inside of the Bridget Money tutorial that's inside the back office, actually in part 2, I was very clear that you cannot from KuCoin transfer to the Chronos network. That it works for AVAX, but not. So you're going to need to bridge using Evo DeFi, which was the first way that we went ahead and went through that. So if you have USDC on the BSC network, you'll be able to go ahead and transfer. You'll be able to go ahead and bridge it over to the Chronos side. Okay, thanks so much. I'll take a look at that.
Not a problem. Okay.
Lita.
I have a couple of questions.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, 1 second.
There you go. Oh, you're on mute now.
So, oh my God. Hold on. Let me hold on.
Okay. Well, we'll bring up Michelle while you get that sorted, Lita. Michelle.
Hi, David. How you doing?
I am doing great. I am doing great. Realize that my little sticker to draw out the infection from this little bump on underneath my eyebrow was right. It's showing on the Zoom, but I don't care.
I have a quick question. I have some people that I am in the process of signing up, but when I go through the process of them connecting the Kingkongmatrix to the wallet, it's telling them to sign in. So do they need to do a ticket themselves, or what exactly do I need to tell them?
Okay, so if it's telling them to sign in, they're on the wrong page then. So if they go to your page, so Kingkongmatrix / I don't know your username, but let's say it's Michelle Adams, right? Here, actually, let's do this. I'm going to share the screen. Let me open up a new window real quick. And I am going to get out of this and let me share the screen. This way you see this in real time, so you see the process. Okay. So here's well, what's your username?
Michelle 52.
Michelle 52. Okay. So when they come here, the first thing, the easiest thing for them to do is click the connect button and then go to MetaMask, right? I'm logging in right now just to a MetaMask. So, or if they're using Wallet Connect, just understand that, on iPhones, Wallet Connect right now is having a slight bit of an issue. But we'll get that sorted. Let me see. You'll see connected to MetaMask, right? Then you go through, you could either come here and do register as member, or they could click any of the red buttons. And now Michelle Adams, and they're connected to MetaMask, and they could go through the process.
Okay. I think, okay, I understand, because I think the problem was I was getting them to do Wallet Connect, not
if they're doing Wallet Connect. So, right now in the announcement section in the Discord, there's a workaround for importing your like Trust Wallet into MetaMask, because we just encountered the issue. We're in the process of fixing it. I am hopeful that it'll be fixed tomorrow, because it was an issue with Wallet Connect in particular and how they were handling iOS, not with our code. So we worked with them to identify that issue, and they're plugging that issue. So hopefully it'll be done and ready tomorrow, so that's no longer an issue moving forward. But use MetaMask if possible, because that's going to go ahead and be really, really quick.
Okay, well, thank you so much.
Okay, not a problem. Okay, let's try Lita. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I got it. So I had a couple of questions.
Yep.
My first question is that, I'm really familiar. I got plenty of wallets, MetaMask, Uphold, I just got wallets. Okay. So the question is, I know how to buy. So basically we're using USDC. I would have my USDC and send it to the address. What address am I sending it to, and on which app?
Okay. So the easiest thing for me to do is actually go through, let me come back and let me share this.
No, you can just tell me, because if it's
not a problem. So there's not, when you go through the checkout process, you will see a pay button, and based on what you are, use MetaMask if possible, because Wallet Connect is kind of like MetaMask, but it's different than MetaMask. It's built on MetaMask, believe it or not. But use MetaMask if possible. You will see a blue pay button when you go through either the registration process or the upgrade process. And after you pick your package, it will automatically fill the amount that you are sending in USDC. Now, please note, this is USDC on the Binance Smart Chain, so it's not USDC Ethereum. So a lot of times when apps allow you to buy USDC, it is on the Ethereum network. For the gas purposes, there's no way that we were transacting on Ethereum.
Right.
So as long as you are on the BSC network, USDC, it'll populate, it'll get you the address, it'll get you the amount, it'll tell you what the gas is. And because you're familiar with crypto, I could also let you know that it is not it's not a smart contract. So it is a normal send. So, I personally use my ledger for everything. So you're not going to be blind signing anything. It will literally say, you are sending this much USDC and this much BNB. Do you accept that transaction? Once you click yes, it will go ahead and trigger the transaction. And in the upper right-hand corner of the screen, you will see a green overlay that has a transaction hash, and it'll be very quick before it forwards you to the confirmation page.
Okay, so once I'm in and I decide that I want to participate with an alert, right?
Yep.
Like I want to seize that opportunity. How am I seizing that opportunity? You understand? Like, where do I send my crypto to seize that opportunity?
Not a problem. So, let me actually sign in. That's going to be the easiest thing.
Okay.
Because what we are not doing is we are not Here, let me share the screen. So when you go into the learning section right here, the dashboard section, you will see all the different sections right here.
Okay,
And
I see it.
so, right? And so when you go into more details, and this is the part that, you know, you'll literally see a video showing you the coin that we are calling underneath.
Mhm.
You'll have the market, the entry, the take profit, the stop losses, all that other good stuff, right? So if you're, because you're familiar, I'm just moving a little bit faster.
Yes.
Right over here, once again, KuCoin, right? Very, very straightforward. Let's go into the Galata alert real quick. Let me just enroll real quick. Right, so when we take a look at this one, this is a staking program. Here goes everything right here. All the links you need, so that you can go ahead and get it. So all the links you need will always be part of the alert, because we don't want anyone you know missing out just because they don't know how to find the information they need.
Okay, that's perfect. So basically, I don't need to use my MetaMask. I mean, MetaTrader. I don't need to use the
You
MetaTrader.
won't need to use your MetaTrader. Now, I mean, yeah, don't use your MetaTrader, because even when I taught at the last company, I always said, if you have the money, buy the crypto, short the market. So, you know, if you have the money, don't go long on MetaTrader ever. Do not for crypto. Don't do a bullish move on crypto. It makes no sense, because if you have $1,000, it makes more sense to buy the asset, right? Then it makes sense to sit there and trade the asset. Why? Because you buy the asset and now it goes up. The moment that you see it reversing, you trade the market, and you know you short the market and you make your money there, but you still have the asset.
Right. Okay. So then my
All
next
right?
question is, all right, so the next question is, you know, like I told Camille, I'm really familiar with this because I used to be with a Forex company, you know, that was teaching. Yep. And I'm pretty sure you know what the name of it is.
Probably, yep.
That's how I knew
does
about
it have 3 letters in it?
Yes, it does.
Well, now it has 2. They changed it.
Oh, is that right? Okay. And you know, it was like the 315 a month, right?
Yep, absolutely.
So at this point, I ended up joining, I'm going to just tell you, I ended up joining Hyperverse, and it was the Hyper Fund and Hyper Capital. Yep. I built out a team, and, you know, everybody just coming in, COTPS, taking people's money. Okay. Yep. So I understand about staking, yield farming, you know, digital real estate, arbitrage trading. And I have people that can come in with large sums, and then I have the inclusive, where I have people that will come in and I might have to help out with the 1675, not a problem. Yep. But this is the point that I'm making here. I have people, they need to become, they're building their portfolios to become qualified investors. Okay. And I know, because I spoke to Camille, that this is about crypto, NFT, and Forex, not an issue. But I would love to have a personal conversation with you about arbitrage trading, yield farming, oil and gas contracts.
Yep. So it's funny. So it's crypto and NFT. We're not doing Forex here, just so you know.
Okay.
We yield farming, I'm very, very familiar with. I've called out a whole bunch of farms in the last project that I was with. Staking is a lot more attractive to me right now. The NFT space, especially with staking, with the passive income plays that could be done there, incredibly interesting to me. And I've just been reviewing a portfolio of someone that we are potentially going to do business with. He's thinking of creating a product specifically for this company because he's averaging 210% growth a week from arbitrage trading. And so we are currently in conversations for how we bring that, because even though that's a much more complex process. And for those of you that, are like, what the heck he's talking about? This is an AMA, so they could ask me anything. We're trying to find a way to make sure that people could do it without the barrier of entry. Because with arbitrage trading, it requires that you hold large sums on multiple platforms in order to take advantage of the price gaps. And for the more institutional type traders, or the traders who are definitely moving around mid 6 to 7 figures, that becomes a reality. For people that are just dabbling with 4, it becomes a lot more difficult for them to wrap their head around, just because of the capital required to make it happen. But we could absolutely have a conversation about it, Lita. If actually just email support@kingkongmatrix.com. Let me know it's you, and we'll go ahead and we'll set the time to talk for sure.
All right, thank you very much. And that support@kingkongmatrix.com. Thank you. Okay.
Yes, all right, not a problem. Okay, lower hand. Carlington or Ainsworth, I think I just hit.
The problem with the Trust Wallet, was that worked up? Was that cleared up?
The only phones that it's having an issue on right now is iPhone. That should be cleared up in the next day. We found the issue with the Wallet Connect people, and they are plugging up the issue on their side right now.
Okay, thank you.
Not a problem. There is a workaround right now inside the back office for that, on how to go ahead and take your private keys from Trust Wallet and bring it into MetaMask. Ainsworth, go ahead and hit me, man.
Yeah, all right. Just a quick question. This recording for this will be posted somewhere?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm literally getting ready to post the video from last night, and then once the recording is done with this one, I should have it up by tomorrow morning.
All right, and I truly like the idea of how you present the, just quickly in terms of asking persons to set up their wallet. It's like you're inviting persons to set up their wallet instead of telling them about all of this matrix stuff. So that is a way that you would recommend, because I love doing presentation. I've been building my team, nicely. But I realize that a lot of persons don't like when you tell them, your matrix, persons think, pyramid scheme things. But the way that you did it this afternoon was just simple, straightforward. So go ahead and do it that way.
That's the thing. That's the thing. Start with, I'll go to mute you, Ainsworth, just because there's a little bit of an echo coming in. But that's the thing. Understand that every single person, before they are a builder, they are a customer. And so to get them see the value in what we are doing as a company from a customer side, and then moving them into building before they even see the compensation plan, is a great way, because you're like, listen, I just helped you. Who do you know that I could help? Set up their wallet, take advantage of these trade alerts. That takes away the barrier. And that takes away the apprehension that people are going to have. I'm going to go ahead, and Ainsworth, I'm sorry, but there was a real weird echo on your side. So hopefully, we're good. I'm going to bring up Wesley, and then I think that we are done, because we've been on this now for about an hour and a half, man.
I'm make mine real quick. I just wanted to say I did put it in the chat. You know what I mean? I'm going to restart my beast mode boot camp. I know there are some people on here, like, I said before, the key to anything in life, right, is to first set the date. You want to set the dates. People that say, well, I can't recruit. I don't know if I'm going to recruit. Don't know if I can find 20 people. Don't wait until you find 20 people and then try to make the date, because then you're probably going to have trouble trying to get those 20 people to stick around and wait for the date. Make the date, right? And that way, as you talk to those 20 people, you're giving them a date to show up. So I would say make the date. And if you feel you can only bring 2 or 3 people, that's fine. Still make the date, because now you have the goal. And as you bring in those 2 people, you ask them to help you to find the rest of those 20. In saying that, I am going to relaunch Beast Mode Bootcamp, where I teach some of the techniques that I used in order to build a team of 804 people in the first 2.5 months in this industry. And I put it in the chat, it's probably going to be like 5 Eastern. I might do it every other day or every day, depending on how much people want it. But for you guys that are in this opportunity, remember, this is a group sport, right? It's a group activity. It's not about you sitting, waiting, and watching. What you do will create the momentum that you're looking for. So feel free to join in. I'll throw a few tips out there, you know what I mean? Because your win is my win, and together we can do this. That's all I really got. And one other thing, presentations. We've been doing a presentation every day at 5 Eastern, 2 Pacific. But it's time for new presenters to come up. I heard Ainsworth say he's doing presentations. I would love to see presentations coming out of the islands, from Jamaica, and different parts of the world. You know what I mean? Let's all take the lead in this thing, because it's your business, and what you do pays you. That's all I got.
Cool. Absolutely, Wesley. I appreciate the cosign. We also have Gwen Davenport for 8-9, and we also have Troy Robinson for 8-7 on those launch parties, Professor.
All right, you said who?
Troy Robinson, 8-7.
Oh, I put Troy. Okay.
Yeah, and Gwen Davenport for 8-9.
Gwen, 8-9. All right. Like Wesley said, anyone else gonna just mark their date? Let's go. Throw yourself out there. Don't be scared. Just mark the date. Let's go. Who's gonna mark the date? Who's gonna mark the date? Like Wesley just said. Who's gonna push themselves? That's the only way you're gonna be able to see more, if you push yourself, right? If you don't push yourself, if you don't try new things, you will never get new results, right? So if we keep doing the same thing over and over every day, that is the definition of insanity. So it's, push yourself, get out of your box. So like Wesley said, just make your date and run with it.
Okay, well, we will give people 1 quick second to post. I just posted the replay from yesterday. This replay will be up once it is done. I am setting that Discord channel, then I'm emailing Kanisha. And then we will start taking dates for launch parties. So I know when I need to be there. For those that are 8-3, do me a favor, sis. And if you could just, I see 7 p.m. Eastern and 7 p.m. Pacific tomorrow. The Eastern, I might be a little bit late just because of the presentation that we have in the Discord.
Those are in person.
Okay, cool.
As we live stream, yeah. So don't worry about that. That's we got it on lock.
Cool. Say less.
I might call you in LA though. That'd be 10 o'clock your time. Wake up.
Well, listen, I'll take a nap during the day, like I said. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for just hopping on the Zoom. I know that this was a whole bunch of this was unexpected, but I also think that it was absolutely needed and necessary. It was just a way for us to connect differently, so without kind of dealing with some technological hoops to jump through. So, thank you for hopping on. I will post up this recording, and we'll create that Discord channel right now. Looking forward to celebrating your success as always. And let's go ahead and let's grow. I'm excited to celebrate your growth too. Guys, have a great night on purpose, and talk to you soon.